All right, next unit is going to be about systems of equations. All right, we're going to start out with some Algebra 1 review. We're going to solve systems of linear equations. Okay, so we've got a two-variable equation, x and y, two variables. So however many variables there are, that's how many equations you need to be able to solve for both of them. So two variables means we need two equations. So both of these equations is all one problem. Okay, one of the methods we can use to solve is by simply graphing them. Okay, so we're going to graph both of these equations on our graph down here, and then we're going to figure out the solution. Okay, so remember to graph these, you need to plot the y-intercept. So the first one is at plus 3, and then we use our rise over run. I'm going to put that negative on the top up here. So negative 5 over 3. So down 5, 4, 5, and right 3. Like that. Alright, and then we'll draw our line through there. Alright, and then we'll plot our y-intercept here, and let me use a different color for our second line. So y-intercept of negative 3, and we'll go up 1, right 3. Crosses right there. Remember, we could also go down and left if we want to do that. Draw our line through there. Alright, you can probably see where that solution is going to be right there, where these two lines intersect. Okay, so the solution, we want to write it as a coordinate point. So this one we're going to write as 3, negative 2. 3, comma, negative 2. Okay, and even when we don't use the graphing method, we're always going to write our solutions like that to our systems of equations. Okay, second one's going to be a little tougher. They didn't give it to us in slope-intercept form, so we're going to have to solve for y first, and then we can graph from there. So in this first one, I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So I get y equals negative 4x plus 2. Alright, in the second one, I see that y is negative, so I'm just going to add y to this side. So it's going to be x equals 3 plus y, and then I can just minus 3 over here. Either way, it was going to be two steps. If you wanted to subtract x and then divide by a negative 1, we could have done that as well. So y equals x minus 3. Alright, so let's graph this first. So we've got a y-intercept of positive 2, and then we go down 2, 3, 4, right 1. Okay, or up 1, 2, 3. I can't really fit any more points on there. So it looks like this. Pretty steep line there. Alright, second one, we're at negative 3. There's our y-intercept, and we go up 1 over 1. Remember, there's no number there. It's a 1. Up 1, right 1, right there. Up 1, right 1. Okay, and with these, you're really just looking for that intersection. So the moment you see it, okay, and usually these graphs will be pretty nice, and they'll give it to you right there at an actual point. Okay, not every time, but most of the time they will. So there's our intersection. So our solution to this one is 1, negative 2. All right, I want to show you how to do this in the calculator as well. So we're going to do these same two problems in the calculator. So if you get your calculator out, if you're watching this at home, just come back to this part when you are in class and do the calculator along with it, so you can follow along with the steps. Okay. All right, so we're going to go to the graph part of the scratch pad, so the letter B. All right, and it's in function form, which is what we want it in right now. And accidentally hit delete too much. All right, so we just need to type them in and hit enter. So first one is negative 5/3 x plus 3. So negative 5 divided by 3 x plus 3. Hit enter, and it'll graph it for you. All right, and then hit tab, and it'll pull up the function bar again, and we type in the second equation, 1/3 x minus 3. 1/3 x minus 3. Hit enter there. All right, and there's both of our graphs. It has these labels here. You can click on them with a little hand until it clamps down and move them wherever you want. All right, what we want to do is find the intersection. The calculator will do that for us as well. So we got to go to menu. So click menu and click analyze graph. Click intersection. And then this bar comes up, and you want to click it once on the left side and once on the right side. You want it'll make a little highlighted area, and you want it to be in the middle of that highlighted area. So it doesn't matter how big that area is, as long as it's inside there. So our answer 3, -2, which we had already found the other way. There's doing it in the calculator. All right, if you want to clear out a graph that's already in there, hit delete 3 times. And this will pop up, and you just say, yes, I do want to delete everything. All right, so now we want to do the second one. So the second one, you can either solve them both for y, and you get this equation and this equation, and plug it in just like we did. That works perfectly well. But this calculator will also accept answer or equations that are in standard form, like this. And it will graph it for you. So if you have a calculator to use, you don't even have to do the -4x and the +y and the -3. You can just type it in just like this. So 4x plus y equals 2. All right, you do have to change the settings a bit. So when I hit tab, we can't do it in function form. f of x, okay, we have to change it. So go to menu, okay, graph entry, that's the form that it's in. Right now it's in function, but if you change it to equation, and we want the equation of a line, and that's not what I wanted to do. So go back, equation, line. All right, and they give you slope intercept, which I would never use because we can just use the function form for that. You can do a vertical line, so if you ever want to graph a vertical line, that's right there, x equals c. We want to do standard form, ax plus by equals c. All right, it puts a little template up here, so you just type in the numbers. 4x, if there's no number there, it's a 1, 1y, and I forgot what the other one was, equals 2. All right, and hit enter, and it'll graph that for you right there. Hit tab, and we can type in our next one, which is 1x, -1y, and 3. So 1x, -1y, and 3. Hit enter there, and it'll graph that line for you. And then we do our menu, analyze graph, intersection, once on the left, once on the right, and there's our solution, 1, -2.